Moncion. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. My question is the following. I'd like to know, what role does racism play in the choice of candidates, whether it be in hiring or people that are accepted? This is an excellent question. There are perceptions, as I was saying earlier. There are perceptions about people from some cultures in some countries. And these perceptions are usually false. Does this play a role? Yes, unfortunately, it does. Things have improved a lot. I've been working in this field for 10 years now. So I've been working in immigration for 10 years, and I've seen a huge evolution. Unfortunately, we still have a challenge around racism. And as I was saying, a lot of progress has been done. But you're correct. It does play a role. It does play a role with regards to newcomers and Francophone newcomers. Thank you. I'd now like to come back to questions that were asked by my predecessors with regards to employers. Recent data published by Statistics Canada with regards to New Brunswick and the proportion of workers using mostly French at work in 2021 was slightly lower, 20.9%. There's a trend that's been observed since 2001 when the figures were of 22% roughly. In order to reverse the trend, what strategy are you looking at implementing to facilitate the integration of newcomers within the New Brunswick Civil Service? That's an excellent question, and I never looked at this question. Unfortunately, I don't have a good answer for you with regards to the work environment and the language of work. I'm at a loss, but it's an excellent question, but I don't have an answer. Thank you. When you made a statement, you spoke about the preference of employers that they prefer to hire unilingual anglophones. I find this quite disturbing as a comment, especially in a province such as New Brunswick, and it comes back to the questions asked by my colleagues. And what is being done to reverse the trend? We work, and we work with them, we try to convince them. We work consistently on this file. We try to recruit in Francophone countries. We have more success than we had in the past. But yes, it is troubling. Some employers prefer to hire people from countries that don't speak French, but on the floor, on the shop floor, it does create a reduction of the use of French in the workplace. But at the same time, I don't have the authority of refusing a candidate because he doesn't speak the language of a region. So our programs are not set out in that way. We want to have programs that are more flexible. If we have a Francophone candidate, despite this, we have employers that are going to choose to hire people whose first Canadian language is English. My next question has to do with, well, without talking about targets, could you speak to the growth of immigration, the increase of immigration in New Brunswick? If you look at the proportion of anglophones and francophones, I'll use Ontario as an example. In Ontario, between 2012 and 2016, there was an increase of about 3 million. It was mostly, and perhaps that's not the correct year period, but it was almost all francophones. And so this reduces the demographic weight of francophones in the province without reducing the number of francophones. Could you speak to the trend in New Brunswick? That's quite interesting. our 33% objective, when it was set out on the amount of certificates that we had at that time. In 2014, we only had access to 625 a year, and at that time, we only had 13% of our candidates who came from Francophone countries. So it was a small number. It's about 100. In 2022, we can send out invitations to over 3,000 people. So it's one request per family. So it's over 3,000 people. And as you can see, 33%, it would be 1,000 with regards to selection. So the amount of Francophones in absolute terms that we welcome in New Brunswick since 2014, well, it's 10 times as much as it used to be, but if we look at absolute numbers, the number has gone up. There are more anglophone candidates as well, and so I think that this is where we see the impact. It dilutes the demographic weight of Francophones.